I'm sure you've heard about it. You read about it. The Philippine economy has been on the rise. From the sick man of Asia, we are now the next Asian tiger. Sarap pakinggan, di ba? The numbers prove it, the international community acknowledges it. Pero, ramdam ba ng lahat?
Unfortunately, the majority of Filipinos haven't felt our country's economic gains yet. The dream of inclusive growth is still just that. A dream. You know why? Many are either underemployed or unemployed. In short, jobless. Walang trabaho.
Sure. The services sector, particularly the business process outsourcing segment, provides hundreds of thousands of jobs to Filipinos. But for a country of 100 million people, it's not enough. We need jobs, more jobs, and better jobs.
And we can find jobs here, here, and here. On production lines and manufacturing floors, inside technoparks that create cars and car parts.
The equation is simple. Successful manufacturing sector equals more jobs, equals inclusive growth, equals everybody happy. Kaya lang, may problema. Our manufacturing sector hasn't been very successful in the past several years.
It needs a boost. It needs a shot in the arm.
Undersecretary Peri Rodolfo and Assistant Secretary Fita Aldaba of the Department of Trade and Industry told me about the Manufacturing Resurgence Program.
Ako, VJ, ang MRP, napakagandang programa yan. Yan yung pangkalahatang gobyerno na programa para mabigyang pansin ulit natin ang manufacturing sector.
The goal of the Manufacturing Resurgence Program is to create globally competitive and innovative industries. Industries where the Philippines will be known for, industries where the Philippines has a strong comparative advantage.
Ang tingin din natin dito, hindi lang dapat yan na malalaking mga negosyante, hindi lang malalaking mga negosyo, mga kumpanya. Dapat dyan mayangat din natin yung tinatawag nating micro and small, medium enterprises. Kaya dito, important role ng DTI, ginagamit natin yung manufacturing sector para maiangat din natin ang ating agricultural sector.
This industrial strategy is the best way for us to attract more investments, create more and better jobs, move our workers from low productivity to high productivity jobs, from the informal to the formal sector, and from low-paying to high-paying jobs.
May isang importante na approach na ginagawa tayo ngayon. Yun yung one size fits all, it does not work. No? Ang importante dito ngayon talaga, tignan mo kung ano yung pangangailangan ng iyong sektor, ng iyong industriya.
And so we tried another approach, which is what we are implementing right now. It's a bottom-up approach. So government consults closely with the private sector, with academe, with the labor groups, with civil society. This is going to drive the success, the vision of the Manufacturing Resurgence Program.
So in a nutshell, the DTI BOI asked aerospace manufacturers to get together, brainstorm to come up with a roadmap.
Many other groups of manufacturers met, brainstormed, and came up with their own respective roadmaps. And all these roadmaps serve as the blueprint for the Manufacturing Resurgence Program.
And what does the manufacturing industry think about the roadmaps in the MRP?
I think it's wonderful. I think it's a proactive way to look at our industries. They've been very helpful not only in encouraging us, funding our initiatives, but also acting as our champion. It's incumbent upon us, if we want to be successful, to do our share. If we're all going to be successful, we have to march in the same direction, dance to the same tune, right?
But I won't take their word for it. I am going to find out for myself if MRP really is what they say it is. I have my camera, my notebook, my clothes, ready na. I'm going around the country to witness and experience MRP. And the adventure begins now. Tara! I'm in Jensen for the Roadmap Localization Conference organized by the DTI BOI. Now, when stakeholders gather and talk, better regional roadmaps are drafted. Yung bagay at sakto. In this case, in Soc-Sargent region.
According to ASIC Fita, It is important to engage with the local stakeholders so they can craft better regional roadmaps. Siyempre, di naman one size fits all. In fact, local and regional leaders welcome the localization of roadmaps.
The regional director talked about the potential of the region's fisheries industry.
The General Santos fish port, the second biggest in the country, exports tuna to many countries including Japan and the United States. The fish port complies with strict export standards, from the quality of fishing vessels, workers' hygiene, meticulous testing procedures, to processing, canning, and packaging. The international market also requires good environmental performance from the Philippine manufacturing industry.
They have to decrease the water pollution. They have to decrease their output of waste. They have to comply with international standards. And environmental standards is not only an option, nowadays it's a must.
The MRP promotes the greening of roadmaps, and many have recognized that it is a necessity for competitiveness.
Yung tubig na ginagamit ng planta is 100% rainwater. So doing that way, hindi kami nag-extract galing sa ground and hindi rin kami kumukuha galing sa water district.
Aside from environmental issues, there are other matters that affect the entire manufacturing sector. Programs are underway to improve our power supply, logistics, transport, and infrastructure. But the success of our industries is anchored on our workforce.
The MRP, in partnership with other agencies, creates millions of new additions to the manpower pool every year. A very important aspect of MRP is capacity building. And the University of the Philippines is perhaps one of the most appropriate venues for our workers to improve their skills.
We have to be able to design products here in semiconductors. We need to get our educational system primed to produce engineers that know how to design in a scale that can support a market direction. We need to get to a point where we have to be market directed, which I have not seen. And that's why I'm trying to put together the large institutions between DOST, DTI, and industry and others. We really have to understand the applications. And from there, it is what we usually call market-directed strategy.
Trainings aren't limited to students and universities. Capacity building programs are accessible to men, women, young and old in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
One beneficiary of MRP's training programs is Roderick Rodriguez. From a shearsman, he is now a production shift head in one of the biggest steel manufacturing plants in the country.
High school lang po yung natapos ko at hindi naman po ako nakapag-college.
So paano nyo naman narating yung pagiging production shift head?
Siyempre by experience na rin at sa mga training na inatinan ko.
Ano naman ang epekto nito sa pamilya mo at sa'yo?
Sa pamilya ko po malaki. Yung mga anak ko po na pag-aral ko po sila ng college, sa mga napundar naman po na pagpagawa ko naman po sila ng bahay.
If there are issues affecting the manufacturing industry, there are also specific matters that need to be resolved in, say, the automotive segment.
The Comprehensive Automotive Resurgence Strategy, or CARS program, aims to raise local vehicle manufacturing to expand the country's auto parts making capabilities.
The CARS program actually provides for an incentive or a direct subsidy from the government of $1,000 per vehicle. Of course, you don't get it just like that. There are conditions imposed. You have to produce 200,000 units of vehicles over a period of 6 years. You have to localize big body parts and certain parts and components identified by the government and the industry that will help the local supplier.
The program also has the potential to develop the auto parts industry, especially the SMEs and other relevant industries in the supply chain.
You may ask, how can the production of 200,000 automobiles spur the growth of SMEs? Yan kaya ko nang i-explain.
You see, a car is made up of parts. These parts are made by SMEs from all over the country. The doors may be produced in Cavite. The radiators may be sourced from Laguna. So the more cars these giant manufacturers produce and sell, the more parts they need, right? The result? Jobs. And a resurgence of our small entrepreneurs.
And the MRP makes sure that they get all the support they need. New entrepreneurs can register for a business name in any negosyo center and finish it in just under 15 minutes. Ang tawag dyan, ease of doing business.
Negosyo centers all over the country assist our entrepreneurs in their daily business needs, provide answers for their legal and marketing questions, and organize seminars from product development to intellectual property rights. The Shared Service Facilities program provides processing and manufacturing machinery, equipment and tools for the common use of MSMEs. This testing laboratory is a shared service facility that caters mostly to the aquaculture industry in Region 12. A group of women who take pride in their beautiful handcrafted paper products were also beneficiaries of SSF. This dairy processing plant, run by a cooperative in Cagayan de Oro, was provided with freezers in pasalubong centers where their products are sold. Food development entrepreneurs may use these facilities in Iligan to test new products. These young, creative, would-be food manufacturers are trying to create snacks from banana peel. A group of bag makers in Mindanao earn more because of the SSF project. They are now looking at exporting their products made of abaca.
They are the beautiful wives of Jensen's fishermen who make a living out of these. Dye bags and rags used in fishing vessels.
With their husbands out at sea for months, these women decided to contribute to the value chain and to their household income through this enterprise. Innovation and creativity among MSMEs get a boost from Fab Labs, a high-tech center that houses equipment for prototyping, fabrications, packaging design, and sampling.
That's a T-Rex, made by the CNC milling machine. Of course, this can do so much more. Furniture, large-scale models and carvings, and many other applications. A definite big help for entrepreneurs.
Many Filipinos still depend on agriculture for livelihood, but our farmers have long been at the bottom of the economic ladder. And that needs to change. And one way to do this is by turning our farmers into agribusiness owners.
Salamat. Sarap. But aside from the health benefits of fresh buko juice, high-value products are produced from coconut, cocoa sugar, virgin coconut oil, cocoa coir, and many others. Kaya naman masayang-masaya ang mga coconut farmers natin, katulad ni Mang Haisan.
There is a great demand for cocoa coir from the mining, landscaping, and construction sectors in both local and global markets. With different government programs like the SSF implemented for cocoa coir producers, the 2016 target of $50 million in exports and 2 billion pesos in investments while providing jobs to 10,000 Filipinos can be achieved.
The smell of freshly brewed coffee leads me here. And believe me, the 10-hour bus ride is so worth the wait. This coffee and that view.
Here is the province of Kalinga, a place gifted with rich soils that grow the finest coffee beans in the country. This coffee from Kalinga exceeded the quality grade of fine Robusta in a cupping and grading test conducted by the Barista and Coffee Academy of Asia, making it the highest graded coffee in the country. This is Mang Bonet. For the longest time, he and other coffee farmers were mere planters and harvesters paid measly for their produce. Under the MRP, a community-based coffee roasting center was built that turned their produce into high-value, in-demand coffee.
Doon sa value chain study na ginawa natin, yung income ng isang processor per kilogram, umaabot siya ng up to 500 pesos per kilo. Green beans, 60 pesos. Pero pag naging roasted and ground at packed na siya, magiging up to 500 pesos per kilo. So malaking diferensya yon na nakakatulong doon sa farmer.
Provincial agriculturist, Engineer Domingo Baquilan, told us about the several farm-to-market roads constructed in the province to further support coffee makers.
Davao is known for many delicious things. Pomelo, durian, mangosteen, and this, putumaya, and chocolate. And why not? Davao produces some of the world's best cacao.
My sweet tooth searches for dessert, and I found the country's best chocolate here. With the world taking notice of our chocolates, the demand for cacao and the market opportunities for manufacturers are expanding.
The Philippines contributes less than 1% of the whole cocoa production worldwide. So definitely the Philippines has a big chance to increase production and contribute to the world demand. Okay, definitely the farmers are very happy because of the continued high price, continued high demand, and I'm sure they are enjoying the fruits of their labor.
From cacao farming to the production of these world-class chocolates, this is how agribusiness works. And this is how farmers, like Aling Leia, can earn more.
I believe I have done what I've set out to do and more.
That's my flight. Time to come home. In my journey to learn about MRP, meron akong napatunayan. Mayaman ang Pilipinas. At sa sipag ng Pilipino at malasakit ng gobyerno, walang dahilan para hindi tayo umasenso. Pero alam niyo kung anong pinakamahalaga kong nakita? Pag-asa.
I saw hope in the faces of Filipino workers, in students, in women, in farmers and fisherfolk. I saw hope in the faces of CEOs and industry leaders, in teachers and in government workers. I saw pride in the way they work. I saw how much they want to succeed.
Trabaho at negosyo, job generation, entrepreneurship, and rural development. Sa kaduluhan, prosperity for all. Pag-unlad na ramdam ng lahat. Walang maiiwan. Dahil sa MRP, asenso lahat ng Pilipino.